Okay, get ready for one of the most unbelievable declassified stories I have ever come across. We're talking about a tale of high-stakes espionage, where the secret agent was a little bit furry. This is the story of Project Acoustic Kitty.
So, picture this. It's the 1960s, the absolute height of the Cold War. Paranoia is through the roof, and the CIA is scrambling, desperate for any kind of edge to spy on the Soviets.
And when I say desperate, I mean they were willing to sink a jaw-dropping $20 million into one single top-secret idea.
And what was that multi-million-dollar idea? Well, it was to take an ordinary, totally unsuspecting house cat
And transform it into a sophisticated, four-legged listening device. No, I'm not kidding. They were building a real-life spy cat. So, you have to ask yourself, how on earth does a massive intelligence agency even land on an idea like this? Well, it all started with a very classic Cold War problem.
Think about it. You need to get a listening device near your target without anyone noticing. A human agent? They can get caught. A hidden bug? It could be found in a security sweep. But a stray cat? I mean, who would ever suspect a cat just wandering through a park or sitting on a windowsill?
And that was their solution, Project Acoustic Kitty. The plan was, let's be honest, completely audacious, kind of groundbreaking, and just deeply, deeply weird. They were literally going to create a bionic cat.
Now, the science behind building this little guy was something straight out of a spy movie. The CIA actually brought in veterinarians to perform what had to be one of the most complex and delicate operations imaginable. Just look at what they did. A tiny microphone was placed right inside the cat's ear canal. A radio transmitter was surgically implanted at the base of its skull, and then a super thin wire antenna was carefully woven right into its fur. This wasn't just some collar with a bug on it, you know? This was a full-blown cybernetic modification.
The technology was, honestly, pretty impressive for the time, but it immediately ran smack into one gigantic, furry, and, let's be real, totally predictable obstacle.
Yep, the whole thing. All the money, all the science, it all hinged on one tiny detail. The cat had to do exactly what it was told. And, well, if you've ever even met a cat, you can probably see the problem here.
This right here is a direct quote from one of the declassified CIA documents. And you have to appreciate the bureaucratic understatement. Extremely difficult. Yeah, I'll bet. They spent years just trying to get these cats to follow the most basic commands.
And here's another gem from their reports. It turns out their high-tech, multi-million-dollar spy asset was easily sidetracked by, being hungry, or wanting a nap, or just wandering off for no reason at all. It was almost as if the cats were behaving like cats. Shocking, right?
You know, this whole thing makes me wonder, what is the most ridiculous government project you've ever heard of? Seriously, drop it in the comments below. I have a feeling there's some wild ones out there.
So, despite all the training nightmares, the day finally came. After all those years and all that money, Project Acoustic Kitty was greenlit for its very first real-world mission. The team was ready, the tech was ready, but the cat was still a cat.
The setup seemed perfect. The targets were two guys sitting on a park bench. All their little agent had to do was cross a quiet street, mosey on over, and sit nearby. Sounds simple enough, right? So here's how it went down. The agent lets the cat go. It takes maybe 10 steps, wanders immediately out into the middle of the street, and literally, within 15 seconds, it gets hit by a taxi. The entire mission was over in less time than it takes to tie your shoes.
As you can probably guess, the mood back at CIA headquarters was not great. This spectacular, instant failure led to some pretty serious reevaluation of the whole program. $20 million. All of that research, all that technology, all that training for a mission that lasted less than a single minute.
So, what happened next was pretty swift. The project was canceled immediately, it was officially stamped a complete and total failure, and then the entire bizarre chapter of feline espionage was classified top secret and buried in a file cabinet for decades.
And really, that's the legacy of Project Acoustic Kitty. It is the ultimate cautionary tale about government overreach and maybe the most hilarious monument ever built to completely, fundamentally misunderstanding the nature of cats.
It really makes you think, though, doesn't it? I mean, if they were willing to try this, what other absolutely unbelievable secret projects are still sitting in classified files just waiting for someone to find them?
If you love weird but true stories just like this one, well, you know what to do. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next explainer. Thanks for watching!